Major stories tonight. Reactions as Supreme Court outlaws payment of local government allocation through state governments. President Tinubu's meeting with organized labor ends on brighter note. Residents of Abeokuta groans as fuel scarcity bites harder. Good evening and thank you for joining us on NTA Abeokuta Channel 12 News. My name is Anyala Balogun. Now the news in detail. In a landmark judgment, the Supreme Court has outlawed the current practice where funds standing to the credit of local governments in the country are being paid to state joint allocation account of states. This judgment arose from a suit filed by the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, advocating the administrative and final autonomy of local governments in the country. Before this well-considered verdict by the Apex Court, such local government funds were being paid to and managed through the state's joint allocation accounts.
Delivering the unanimous judgment on behalf of the 7-man panel of Supreme Court Justices, Justice Emmanuel Ajim overruled the preliminary objections raised by the 36 states against the case. The Apex Court held that sending money to the state joint allocation accounts to be disbursed by state governors to local government councils was an illegal practice, particularly since state governors had abused it. Emphasizing the principle of separation of powers, the Apex Court observed that it was the duty of the federal government to protect the existence and functioning of the 3 tiers of government. Therefore, the Supreme Court ordered that direct disbursement to local government areas was the right thing to do, restraining governors from appointing caretaker councils. Also, restraining the federal government from recognizing or disbursing funds to any local government not democratically elected.
The body of State Attorneys General of the Federation will study it and then we'll come up with our statement on it.
Money due to local government shall be paid through the joint account, but that provision was considered to be a discretional provision, meaning it can be tinkered with.
An iconic judgment that has restored grassroots democracy.
Now is granted. The local government chairman, if elected, he will get his money, he will sit down and design the budget, him and his councillors, and do whatever the people require from his own local government.
In the suit, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice has sought to give bite to the executive order given by former President Muhammadu Buhari for the entrenchment of local government autonomy to engender their development.
Meanwhile, residents of Abeokuta, Ogun State capital, have described the Supreme Court judgment on local government autonomy as catalyst for more development at the grassroots that will engender the delivery of more dividends of democracy to the nooks and crannies of the country. Yemi Dalemo reports that the respondents urged local government authorities to live up to expectations.
The landmark judgment delivered by the 7-member panel of justices that approved direct payment of local government allocations into their exclusive accounts, the respondents say, we entrench democratic governance at the grassroots.
It's when we have local government autonomy, everything will move forward. Let us practice it within 3 months. Let us see what will happen to the country, and let us see what will happen to the system as well. We appreciate them.
It's time our local government gets financial autonomy because it's provided in Section 162 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You know, when local governments are funded from their own accounts, it will enable the local government chairman to disburse funds whenever it's needed. It will change the dynamics of growth in the grassroots. I applaud the judgment. It is a wonderful one.
It's not only government that can do everything. If we have local government that are very close to us, all these streets, we have a lot of link road in Abeokuta. That if I don't want to take Pancheke, there's a road I can take. But if local government have their own no own power, authority, they can do this thing easily and make people enjoy the dividend of democracy.
We want to beg the president that the one should be implemented. It should be implemented.
The respondents note that now that the 774 local government councils in Nigeria will now handle their financial accounts by themselves, it is expected of them to be prudent, transparent, and accountable so as to deliver the dividends of democracy to the people at the grassroots, since they are the closest tier of government to the people. In Abeokuta, Yemi Talimo, NTA News.
The meeting between President Bola Tinubu and leaders of the organized labor unions has ended at the State House. President of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Joe Ajaero, and his counterpart from Trade Union Congress, Festus Osifo, led membership of the unions to the meeting. State House correspondent Musbau Janwahab is joining us now for an update.
Right, thank you so much for joining us in the studio. The meeting between the president and the leadership of the organized labor unions just ended. The meeting started at about a few minutes past 2 and it lasted for about an hour. But after that meeting, it seems we still have a lot to do more with the meeting being adjourned for just a week. Now we have the Minister of Information and National Orientation with us, Mohammed Idris, to tell us a bit of the outcome of that meeting. Honorable Minister, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, we've had this meeting. What was the major outcome?
Well, it's still work in progress. The president has met with the organized labor as he has promised. He has kept his promise. This is, of course, in continuation of his regular consultation to arrive at a new national minimum wage that works for Nigeria. Recall that already there is 62,000 naira that has been put out there, the government side, the organized private sector, but the organized labor is still not accepting that. But we know that they will come to the table, and they have come to the table today. We know that this is going to be something that is going to be workable for Nigerians. The organized labor and government will reach an agreement. We have adjourned now for a week. The labor union has asked that government allow them at least a week to consult further. We have allowed them. We are going to reconvene in the next 1 week, and we hope and we believe that at the end of the day we will have something good for all Nigerians. The president has always said that this is our country. The labor unions are Nigerians. We are all Nigerians. We have to work together to find something that works for all of us, and I think this is a step in the right direction. We do hope that by the time we come together again next week, we will have something that we can put out for Nigerians to see and to agree with.
Okay, Honorable Minister, as we have always known, this is not about the federal government alone. We had a tripartite committee that led to this moment. How is the federal government carrying other stakeholders along to be on the same page?
You know, a couple of weeks ago, we made an announcement after the Federal Executive Council meeting that the federal government will consult with the subnationals, will consult also with the private sector. And today he has met with labor. So this is a continuation. All those members of the tripartite agreement will be met with, and the president is keeping to his promise to consult. He doesn't just want to take a unilateral decision. It's a decision that affects all of us. So he has consulted with the subnationals. Consultation with the organized private sector is ongoing. You have also seen that this consultation with the organized labor has also happened today. They have asked for a week. Like I said earlier, we're going to meet with them again. Hopefully we'll have something that all of us will agree on in the next 1 week.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, giving us updates of the meeting that's just ended at the presidential villa here in Abuja. And we hope that the meeting in a week's time will provide the lasting solution to the ongoing misunderstanding or disagreement between the government and labor.
Thank you, Wahab, for that report. In the meantime, Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun has given a 2-week ultimatum to contractors handling the construction of Denro Ishashi Akuta Road to complete the project. The governor gave the ultimatum during an on-the-spot assessment of the road. Hakim Jimo reports.
Governor Dapo Abiodun, who notes that the construction of Denro Isashi Akute Road, which started about 3 years ago, ordered the contractors handling the project to immediately mobilize and return to site to complete the project within 2 weeks.
We had to draw up a priority list, and the priority list, amongst others, factored in the vehicular traffic, the economic impact.
While assuring that construction work will soon commence on Alagbole Ajuwon and Akute Ajuwon roads, Okearo, Akute, Ijoko and Yakoyo roads in Ifo local government area of Ogun State, Governor Abiodun promised to also construct a new primary healthcare delivery center for the people of the area. The governor added that his administration will ensure equitable infrastructural development across the 20 local government areas of the state.
I've maintained that not only am I inclusive, not only am I equitable, fair and just, but I also have pledged to be a responsive administrator. I owe everyone equitable infrastructural development.
The drainage and the road is always waterlogged. You understand? When it's raining.
If we can do this road, it will impact positively on the socio-economic activity of the environment.
It has carried the 2 children this water. Some will make it, some will die.
He acknowledges that his administration had since its inception in 2019 constructed no fewer than 600 kilometers of roads across the state, promising more people-oriented infrastructural development. From Akute in Ifo local government area of Ogun State, Akim Jimo, NTA News.
Traders at the popular Bangba Market and Ijai Market in Abeokuta are appealing to Ogun State government to reopen the markets, which were closed down over non-compliance with government regulations and poor sanitation exercise. Oyikosola Ojelade has an update on the two markets.
The shops and stalls of these traders were shut down by officials of the Ogun State government, while affected owners were seen in groups discussing the decision of the government. Speaking with NTA News, the Yalodi of Ijai Market says the traders have approached the Ministry of Environment to pledge their commitment to the government to be of good conduct and observe every environmental safety precautions, and now expecting a positive response from the government. We were disobedient to government authorities. This is why they decided to close our shops and stalls. Because of the people who display their goods on the road and people will litter the markets. However, we have made an appeal to the government and we are expecting a favorable response from them soon. The traders expressed optimism that the government will soon consider their appeal and allow them to return to their businesses. The government had cited persistent disobedience to clean and safe environments and displaying wares on walkways as some of the reasons for shutting down the Bangba and Ijaya markets. In Abeokuta, Oyikosola Ojelade, NTA News.
Channel 12 News continues shortly. Stay with us.
Into the world of Shanghai Palette, the heartbeat of Nigeria's palette landscape, where creativity and precision unite from the very beginning. Every palette is a masterpiece, crafted with precision by our dedicated technicians at Shanghai, where precision is not just a standard, but a way of life. Promising excellence that is 100% sourced and proudly produced right here in Nigeria. Choose Shanghai products, where precision meets pride.
Proudly Nigerian.
Shanghai Palette, where quality meets the spirit of craftsmanship.
Welcome back. Christians have been urged to shun sin and cling onto the saving power of Jesus Christ to access the power of healing and deliverance in the name of Jesus. General Overseer of the El Shaddai Deliverance Church Incorporated, Ijeru Tito Abeokuta, Apostle Paul Onoiga, gave this admonition during the 18th anniversary Thanksgiving service of the church held to appreciate God's faithfulness on the ministry. Yemi Dalemo reports.
That was the congregation of the El Shaddai Deliverance Church Incorporated who converged on the headquarters of the church in Abeokuta to express appreciation to God for his faithfulness over the ministry in the last 18 years of establishment. Members of the church also danced to the altar to give testimonies of the goodness of God received in the mission and promised to serve God more faithfully in the years ahead. The General Overseer of the Church, Apostle Paul Onoyiga, in his admonition to members, reminded them that Jesus, as the great physician, is the same yesterday, today, tomorrow, and evermore, and is still doing wonders for his people who are serving him diligently, faithfully, and righteously.
That if God does not change, there's no way the standard of God will have changed. I want the whole world to know that what the Bible put in place are the standard for enjoying the power inherent in the name and the blood of the great physician, our Lord Jesus Christ. It's just for us to know the truth.
Apostle Onoyiga also advised church leaders to always tell the truth to their followers and show Christ to them to liberate them from every unpleasant situation.
In the list or expectation of Jesus for us to enjoy the great, enjoy his power, he said the vision for our soul is paramount.
The church prayed for continued peace and progress of Ogun State and Nigeria, as well as deliverance of the believers from sin and satanic afflictions. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
And that concludes the news at 7. I'm Anyala Balogo. Good evening.
Welcome to a world of classical packaging. At Shanghai, our safe and hygiene dustbin ranging from the small closet bin sizes to large rollable industrial and community bin sizes. Decked with perfect functioning pedals, our paint containers are carefully prepared for their global journey, always prioritizing your safety every step of the way. Our array of various Tampa event plastic paint containers are the industry's #1, making them the most sought after choice. Proudly Nigeria.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. Knorr Cubes, that's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic. And enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate.